Hi, good evening. Let's
Good evening, how are
begin.
you?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, you must be tired. Were you working all day?
Yes, because of the holidays that I've taken, so I had a lot of work today.
Okay. Yeah, I can see your work is reflecting on your writing because instead of writing 250 words, you are in a hurry and finish it in 220 words, 210 words actually. So we'll discuss about that later. Let's get on with speaking right away. So can you tell me your what kind of things you like to do?
Well, there's a lot of stuff that I like to do. Majorly is the work that I do. I find it quite interesting. So some of the time I keep digging into code and seeing how the new technology is emerging. Apart from it, I like to sit with my friends. I like to go to party, and I like to spend my weekends relaxing at home.
So, do you only work, or are you only a student, or both?
So I'm currently working. I work with an IT company that's based in Gurgaon, and I am the development manager there.
So, what work do you do in this position?
So earlier I was developing apps. I was working as an iOS developer, and I work in a product company wherein I develop their app, which is used in iPhones. Currently, apart from development, I'm also managing the team, wherein I have around 8 people in my team. With whom I communicate, I have my team calls, and I also deal with the product owners. We have new requirements, and that's what we develop on.
So, why did you choose this the job?
Uh, Earlier, when I was a small kid, I was interested in becoming a doctor. I had a lot of medical. Uh, I used to be a lot in hospital, so I was really inspired by their work. But later on, I thought that that was very difficult job and I would not be a fit. So I was interested in computers. So I chose doing my BCA and MCA, and I landed up in an IT industry. So that was how I chose to be an IT professional.
Where did you do your studies?
So I've done my schooling from my hometown, that's in Rajpura. And I've done my graduation from Chandigarh. I've done bachelor in computer applications. After that, I pursued my post graduation as a master of computer applications from Thapar University. That's in Patiala.
Actually, you remember you told me that last time too, or some time back. So, tell me, do
Yes.
you like your job?
Yes, I love my job. I really seek forward to having a great career in the part that I am currently doing. I have got a lot of opportunities in my current organization, and I look forward to growing more in the same.
Is there anything you dislike about your job?
Well, there are times when it's very hectic and it's a very pressure-like situation wherein we have to give a delivery in a short time span. That is when I don't like it much because of the short duration of time, but a lot of work. So recently, in when the pandemic started, I had such a time wherein I had to work the whole night, and again in the morning I had to continue my office routine. So that is when I hated it.
Why did you hate it?
Uh, well, the reason actually was due to pandemic. There was no household help, and also there was continuous pressure from office. So I had to balance my home also, my office also, and in very tight deadlines, we had to give a lot of deliverables. That was where I was like not able to manage it sometimes, and that was the reason I was hating. But after some time when the deliveries were gone, it turned out to be a normal office routine. Then I was able to manage it, and then I was happy about it.
See, so what exactly was your dream job when you were young?
When I was young, I dreamt. Actually, the one that I am pursuing, I think that was something I always wanted to do. I want to manage people. I want to have a delegation kind of routine where I can talk to my higher level of people. I can get the requirements and what all they want to get done for their business, and I can tell my team, explain them, help them with how we can achieve this. So I really wanted to be like a manager, or let's say a CEO, or somebody at a higher level who can coordinate between both the ends, higher and lower.
I think we all want to do that. Or we all always wanted to do that. So tell me something. Do you miss being a student?
Yes, I miss being a student because in student life you don't have much pressure. Pressure is only of studies, but when you grow and you come into job, there are a lot of things that you have to manage. So I miss being a student and going to school, getting up, getting ready, going to school, and just the pressure was of studying. So I think that is the part that I miss.
Subjects are you studying nowadays?
Uh, right now, I am pursuing learning English, where I can improve my English and I can give the IELTS exam and have my dream of settling abroad for trip.
So I would say you're not really learning English. You kind of already have a good command of English. So better suitable for you to say I am improving my English language skills because I have certain demands like I want to apply for abroad for higher studies or to settle there, to work and settle there. I want an opportunity to work and settle abroad. So for that, I need to, fulfill the IELTS criteria. Use nice language, formal language. As an MCA, you know what is formal. So make it more formal, then it's a better conversation. Okay. So in this study, what kind of subjects are you studying?
So right now, the basic focus is on English. There are different. There are four criterias. So writing, reading, listening, and speaking. There are four parts that I am trying to improve. Uh, so the basic focus is on improving English. So, but there are the four slots in which that has been divided.
I need to know something more from you before we go on to what do you call that topic card. Or in
Yes.
fact, we are going to go on to another topic. First of all, tell me, do you prefer to study in the mornings or in the afternoons?
Actually, not in both. I prefer studying at night. So
Why?
I am a bit lazy to get up in the morning, but I am in full energy at night time. So I'm a night owl where I do all my work at night, maybe office work or my studies or anything that requires a concentration. So I'm more concentrated at night.
Don't you think that at night your studies will be more interrupted with parties?
No, but when there's party, then there's no study. When there's study, then there's no party. So
Well,
things are separated.
that's a big
Yeah.
mix up, right? So Monday is party day, Tuesday is study day, Wednesday is party day, Thursday is
No,
study days, like
party
that.
day only weekends are for parties. Otherwise, weekdays office work, or in the like daytime it's office work, and in the nighttime study or something that's left for office work.
Right. I really believe you. Should I believe you?
Thank you.
Yeah, I
Yes,
really
of
believe you
course.
on that one. I know this week too, on Monday, Tuesday, you were really studying very hard. I got you on that one.
No.
Okay, fine. That's just a personal choice. I'm just trying to interact and get more English out of
Yeah.
you to see how much you can respond, and you have responded well enough. But our next topic is on barbecue. You know what that very well means, right?
Yes.
So, in this one, I want to know, do you like barbecues?
Yes. I love barbecues, and I often visit some barbecue restaurants that are nearby with my friends or my family, especially in office get-togethers. When we have a team outing, we prefer going to a barbecue.
Why?
It's very nice. It's a nice feeling. So the restaurants that I visit, they have a barbecue. They have a table where they set in a small barbecue. St- uh, Small barbecue. There's a setup in which they bring in that barbecue stuff, and they give it on table where you can just barbecue again to heat it up, and then you can eat it.
It's kind of like it's already pre-cooked and you just heat it up. So when was the last time when then you got a chance to eat food at barbecues?
It was a long time ago since with the pandemic we have not been able to go out. So I think it was maybe 2 years ago when I went with my team for an outing. That is when I last had the barbecue.
Okay. How often, sorry, before I go on to that question, what kind of food do you like to eat at barbecues?
So I'm a vegetarian, so I prefer vegetarian food. I really enjoy the barbecued pineapples. That are my favorite. Apart from that, I like mushrooms. I like seeds. So basically, anything in vegetarian, I prefer that.
So would you say you're a pure vegetarian or not?
Yes, I am a pure vegetarian.
How often do you have a barbecue party?
Well, not very often. In 6 months or so, we plan with the team to go out, and that is when we plan to go to barbecues. So not very often, but yeah, sometimes.
Would you like to have a barbecue with your family or your friends?
Um, I prefer going with my friends. I have not visited yet with my family, but I really plan on doing so. Just due to pandemic, we have not been able to go out, so that is the reason I've not yet planned with the family. But I'll plan it soon.
Okay. So, think, are we done with these questions? No, we have more questions. Did you have barbecue when you were a child?
No, I don't think I have ever had a barbecue when I was a child. We had just normal home cooked food and nothing sort of barbecue.
Why not?
Actually, earlier there was it was not very common at the place that where I live. It's I experienced it when I lived where I work. So it's basically the NCR region where they have a lot of restaurants where I first experienced the barbecue type of stuff.
Do people in your country like barbecues?
Well, I think yes, because I see a lot of crowd visiting those restaurants. So I think a lot of people like having barbecue food.
Right.
Uh, why? Because that's a bit different from the regular food that they have. So on some occasions or some outings, they prefer to go and have barbecue food.
Okay, I'm going to give you your topic card now. Your topic is describe an experience when you were not allowed to use a mobile phone. You should say what you did, when it was, where it was, and why you were not allowed to use a mobile phone. Okay, and it's on screen now, and I'm going to give you 1 minute to prepare for it. Exactly 1 minute. Okay, start, please.
So there was a time when I visited Bias. Have you heard? I don't know if you have heard of the place or not. So there's a place in Punjab. It's called Dera Bias, where you are not allowed to take any of your gadgets. So, in a similar fashion, mobiles are not allowed, and you can't take in your mobile phones or wearable gadgets or watches, the smart watches, or anything that is a smart device, or not even camera. So, nothing is allowed to be taken there. So, I visited there, and mobile phones were also not allowed. And I think I had a lot of great time when I didn't have mobile with me. I had a lot of fun with my family. I visited with my family, and we went to something that is called satsang. That is like a, you can say like a prayer meet where a guru preaches you about things. So in the morning we used to go there, and after we used to get free, we used to roam around in that area, have good food, and just enjoy our time, relax. So, so that was where basically I felt like you can cut off yourself from the world when you don't have a mobile. So that experience I got when I visited Therapias, and there no gadgets are allowed since they don't want to like publish anything outside. They want to keep it internal, very internal, and not want external but to know about it through any photos or videos or anything of that stuff. So they don't allow cameras. Similarly, mobiles are not allowed since you can take photos, you can have videos, and also
Okay,
they
time
want
up.
people to cut themselves from the worldly things and just focus
Okay,
on
stop.
the things that they teach there.
All
So
right, stop.
that is the great experience.
Okay, well, did you hear me say stop?
Yes,
How many times?
I just wanted to finish
Yeah. Okay,
two times.
two times.
Just when you said, I just wanted to finish the sentence.
Okay, did you hear me say time up? No.
No.
The first time I said time up, then the other two times I said stop. So it's good enough. At least you heard the last two. You got to make sure that your ear is still open for the examiners to stop, because that means 2 minutes are over. After that, you just, whatever you're speaking, finish it with that, like you are saying, completing that line. You are allowed to complete that line, because after all, the examiner will mark not the recording. But do not go beyond that, because 2 minutes gone, recording has stopped. Once 2 minutes is gone, the recorder automatically stops. There is nothing more to speak about. So your opportunity is gone. It was overall good. A, you did not give me any grammatical mistakes. B, you spoke some Hindi words, but you covered them up nicely by explaining them. For example, satsang, you said that it's a type of gathering where some guru preaches you something. So that was nice. At least that way you're all covering up. However, I think that in on 3 occasions you kind of repeated the context or the main context. Mobiles were not allowed in that place. Mobiles were not allowed in that place. So mobiles were not. I saw that in 3 different. Even though you were primarily speaking the lines up a little bit different from the previous one, but still, I mean, we got the point. The mobiles were not allowed. So as a student, utilize that time to get more information out. We have something we call lexical resources, the ability of you to able to produce multiple information. You could have given a lot more information during those 2 extra lines, rather than repeating the same thing. We already got your message. Okay, so that's like a step up for you, so that you can try and score that extra bit of point, which is necessary topics. Okay, I'm going to ask you
Yes.
questions that are related to this cue card, and you just answer to the best of your knowledge. What is the impact of the cell phone?
Well, the impact includes both positive and negative. In the positive side, yeah, if I would say, then people have learned a lot. They have learned a lot about technologies. As you can see now, payments are also being digitalized. So I think since the mobile has come, so there's a lot of positive things that are happening inside of technology. People are learning and they are technically more stable and sound. In terms of bad impact, I would say people are glued to their mobile phones, even if they are sitting in a gathering where, let's say, they're sitting with the family and having a dinner. But since everybody has a mobile, so they we just see looking in the mobile and just scrolling on the content, which sometimes is not that informative, but it's just the content that they want to see. So, in terms of impact, it has both positive and negative.
See, I believe you. What is the smartphone used the most for?
I think iPhone. I am a big fan of iPhone and I'm a iOS developer, so I think iPhone is used a lot, and it's because of great qualities that it has. And Apple is a renowned technology, so I think people prefer having an iPhone.
I don't think you understood the question. So you just kind of blew one question away, showing your listening weakness. Now listen to the question again. I said, what is the smartphone used the most for?
Okay, the most for the smartphone most for is used for its internet
The
capability.
smartphone is mostly used for.
Yeah, mostly it's used for like the internet capability that it has. So on the smartphone, it can do a lot of things like for video callings, for your any internet calls that you need, or even for some lectures and classes. Like now the school is also online, so I think it helps a lot when you have a smartphone and the child or the student can just have the personal smartphone and attend all his classes on that. So the major use, I think, is in video calls.
Yeah, very well. What is your opinion about selfies?
Well, I'm very positive about having a cell phone because it helps to stay connected. So I think it's great to
Okay,
have a cell phone.
stop. You again heard incorrectly. My question is not on cell phones, it's on selfies. What is your
Selfies.
opinion about selfies?
Uh, I am not very positive about selfies. Though sometimes it's okay, but I've seen people uh, who have like a disease of taking selfies. So they kind of get up in the morning and even before doing anything, they'll like to take a selfie. So I hate that part of it. You should take a selfie, and that's cool to have a selfie, but I don't prefer it all the time.
Right, we did the discussion apart. That's wonderful.
From this discussion part, I don't. Uh, First is listening, that I should focus more. I don't know, my headphones, I don't know why I'm not getting a proper voice, so the volume is full. And second thing, I think in my cue card, repeating was something that I focus and reduce.
Okay, that's fantastic.